Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you with me. First off, for those of you who were here for what could be considered the previous last Recode stream, there wasn't much of one because OBS had a strange little glitch. We're about 11 minutes in. It acted like it was still streaming to 0 viewers, but it cut the stream. And so none of it got to Twitch. So I had basically played for 2.5 hours, got a quite good stream in my opinion, and all of it was wasted, which was fun. But it's fine. We're here. We're back. None of the data was saved, and even if it was, I mean, it was the start of a new volume. So we're just gonna go through it again. And that's kind of why I held off on coming back to last Recode for a bit, because it was just like such a bummer that all that work was wasted. But I'm back, got fresh eyes, not too bad. And actually, an interesting thing about this is that not GU, but like the Dot Hack series in general was the first set of games that I was actually accustomed to this. Which, for those of you who've never played a series all the way through, like an RPG that has multiple installments, a lot of them do allow you to get bonuses or carry over progress from saves from previous games. And this is one of those. Now, it's strange that they've got you converting it, because it is all in one package. So it's strange that it can't just read the same for each one. You can see actually from here how long ago it's been since I've played through it. Unable to finish unfinished quick. God, even the hiccups are interrupting me. Jesus. Receive a bonus. Following list displays the items obtained. All that stuff. Bonus GP. A new movie. And a pat on the back and a job well done. Then we got the little opening cinematic here. I stayed quiet to this before, but I'm gonna do it now too. I just like how atmospheric these things are. Quiet down Spotify for a second.
After all that's happened, you really want to stay in the world. Yeah. All that we have is here. You and I. Yes, this place is all we have.
Ominous. I believe we have a little recap now.
The online game, The World, Revision 2. It has now become a place where players prey on other players. A lawless land, filled with an overabundance of PKers.
It's also starting to dawn on me just how long it's been since we started the series, so the recap
And the
might be a
PKKer, feared by
little
all
important.
PKers, was Haseo, the terror of death. Haseo searched and at long last found his hated enemy, Tri-Edge, but discovered he was no match for him. He was then reduced to level 1 by Tri-Edge's data drain. In his search for a power that could defeat Tri-Edge, Haseo learned of the anomaly known as Ida, and the epitaph users that could resist them, and that lured him towards their power, the Avatars. Bordeaux, a PKer with a grudge against Haseo. Matsu, the 7th unit leader of the Moon Tree Guild. Alkaid, the former emperor who fights to regain her throne. Through battling these three, Haseo grew both as an epitaph user and as a person. Upon defeating Endrance, the beautiful emperor of the Demon Palace, Haseo learned that he had been using Ida to fill a hole in his heart from something lost in his past. On the day Haseo was crowned the new emperor, the young girl of Moontree, Atoli, disappeared.
I do think it's weird they call her the young girl of
In his
Moontree.
search for her,
Like
Haseo
she's
came
12 or
upon
something.
outer space, and at last encountered Tri-Edge.
It's so weird they call a place outer space.
In his second battle with Tri-Edge, Haseo came out victorious. Tri-Edge was broken up into data fragments and was lost. But just when everyone had let down their guards, a vast number of Ida tentacles suddenly appeared. And pierced Atoli's body.
I think this is going to launch straight into a cutscene, but I'm going to pause it real quick. Yep. So I will mention, just because it's something that crossed my mind, the whole intro cinematic. I feel like that's something. Thanks, asshole. I feel like that's something that Dot Hack has always gotten very right. They are very good at that. That sort of ethereal feeling, like everything that's going on is above your head and has a great significance on just everything that's going on. Almost like a spiritual kind of thing, like it's all tied to something, some higher power. And I think that's something that Dot Hack has always gotten right ever since the Dot Hack 0 games, which I know they're not called Dot Hack 0, but it's the best name I have for the 4 games that preceded GU. That's something that I always felt like I got right, is a mixture of the operatic kind of music and the bright but soft lighting on everything in those cinematics. A little less so in GU than it did in Dot Hack 0, but I feel like they really nail that feeling that they're going for in those cinematics. And it's just always something that's probably one of my favorite parts of the experience of these games, is just how much it can feel like there are things that are going on that are way over your head, that are like encompassing much farther than you can realize. It's just it's almost a sense of a grand scope, but more in sort of the far-reaching effects of what is going on, as opposed to physical things. It's a difficult thing to put into words, but people who see it and people who experience it, like if you're watching this, and if you were to just like play this game, you got your headphones on, you've got a nice big crisp monitor, or even not that crisp a monitor, honestly. I think a lot of the softness of that lighting comes from it being an older game, and a lot of these cutscenes being rendered in lower resolutions because they were so long ago, I think that even lends to the whole feel of it. And that's always been something that I really enjoyed about these games. It's just the feel they can get from those cutscenes, how well they get it, and how well they do it. And just what that experience lends to the story. Because the whole point of the story is that there are these things that are going on that you're involved with that reach far beyond you. You are a small fish in a big pond, and you make a difference. But damn, the stakes are high, and the fights are vast. I don't know, it's just something about that feeling that I really like, and that not a lot of games can do correctly. Not a lot of games even attempt, in all honesty. A lot of them will, like, build you up and, like, expand the scope with you, but this one starts with the idea that there are a lot of things you don't know. There are a lot of things about this that are going on that you just don't get. That even if they were explained to you, you wouldn't understand it, and it just sort of reveals, and you sort of get immersed to the point where by the time you understand it, you realize you're in the middle of it. It's a very hard thing to describe, but I feel like this does it really well. Don't skip it. For a lot of these, I'm probably gonna talk a bit through them. Like, it's actually a little loud in my ears. I might have to turn down the volume. But just because I have played through all of this already, recently rather, I've played through all of it. Period. But you know,
I'll get yelled at again if I don't.
Atoli! Atoli!
but yeah,
If I could only.
there are a
be more
lot of
like
things that I could
Haseo.
praise .hack for. There are a lot of things I have praised .hack for, and I really am sad that we haven't gotten a .hack game after GU. I can't remember if Fragment was after GU or not,
Huh?
but that one was a Japanese only thing.
Where am I?
But I don't think we've gotten
In
a
an
.hack game
at-home.
after GU,
Ours.
and it's just the saddest thing because .hack is such a
At home.
it's such a great idea,
I.
as evidenced by the fact that, you know, so many have done it afterward, like Sword Art Online, Log Horizon, some better, some worse, not exactly in that order.
Oldham told me. And then I started to hear.
But I always feel like there was more .hack could have done.
Atoli, calm down.
What they did it very well, but they had the what's the word I'm looking for?
Atoli! Get away from there!
It had a potential to be a lot more than it was. And I'm sad they never took that potential. I kind of wish they would redo Fragment, because what that basically was... What Fragment basically was a Japanese-only version on the PS2 of basically The World, the game that they actually play.
Hey, Atoli! Atoli, are you okay?
I've actually
Come
seen a
on,
bunch
speak
of
to me.
attempts from people to
Damn it!
remake
Not
The
this
World.
again.
I've seen a bunch of people
This isn't
try and
happening.
remake The World in separate games. Like, I've
Just leave
seen some
everything
stuff
to
for
me.
Minecraft,
Come
a
on!
few other different things.
Mega!
But it's just all those projects fall through just because .hack is more of a niche thing. Even though it did this stuff before SAO, before Log Horizon, and did it so well, and was probably a big inspiration for both of them. If not, then I don't know what to say.
Don't worry, you'll be safe now.
Yet it never
So how
got
do you
much
feel, Adam?
attention.
Are you hurt anywhere?
After like the mid 2000s, it sort of petered off.
haven't heard Atoli say anything for a while now.
Maybe her mic is broken.
At times like these, it's best to just log out and reboot.
Okay, I'll just log out now. I can't log out. Wait a minute. Where am I? Where is this place? I don't know where I am.
This is Raven's.
No, that's not what I mean. This is an online game, right?
Well, yeah.
They're not here. My controller. My desk. My M2D. Where am I? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Don't worry about your character. Just remove your M2D and... Wait. Wait a second. I don't understand. Where are we right now?
Huh? We're right. What the hell? Haseo, what about you? Where are you right now? Wait, am I seeing the world directly? But where did my real self go? Wait, we've got to log out. Everyone log out.
Yeah, they're all stuck in there at the moment.
Damn, I can't. What the hell is going on here? Is this a really bad
They're
dream or something?
I know they don't really make a...
Calm down.
They don't really do a good job of explaining it. They might in a little bit. But what it basically is... Yeah, they're all stuck there. What it basically is that their consciousness, their minds are disconnected from their bodies. To their minds, they are not in... They're not playing a video game. They can't just lift their heads and remove their heads, or lift their arms and remove their headsets. For intents and purposes, they are their characters.
Currently, it appears that all the players in the world cannot log out from the game's master server.
Wait a minute, all the players?
Yes, under the circumstances, it is most likely that the Ida phenomenon is to blame for this.
Wait a sec. Never mind logging out. What I want to know is, are we all really inside the game? But that's impossible, even for Ida.
Your senses should be informing you that you have now ventured into the game's wondrous world.
Hardly the time for buzzwords,
If you say
though.
that this truth is only an imaginary one, then I ask you, where is the real world? As long as they cannot be refuted, there is no end to the possibilities in this world.
The better way to put it is actually something of an adage. I think it goes something like, if you rule out all other possibilities and whatever's left, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Perhaps it's also Ida's influence that's keeping us from hearing Atoli's voice.
Yeah, SAO, but not. SAO, but before SAO did.
What is this Ida anyway? Some kind of bug?
And Haseo's harem is smaller than Kirito's. And isn't as overpowered.
Anyway, we've got to figure out the situation.
I keep forgetting that
Putting
Volume
aside
2
our inability
is the
to
start of,
log
like, you
out,
have
it
to
looks as
manually
though the game
go
itself
through
is
the
functioning
lines.
normally. We can use chaos gates, platforms, and
The first one always trips me up, and I'm like sitting here waiting for it to scroll on its own, and then I see the A button, like, oh shit, right.
We can preserve our data at save shops as usual, but we cannot check email or forums from outside of the game.
Which is weird. What would be the point of it preserving your data at a save shop? What would be the point if you can't log out? Like, I get the point from a gameplay perspective, but from their perspective, actually, they're in an MMO. Why the hell do they have to save their data at all? Like, I have never played an MMO that you have to save. Like, your current state is just logged within the server. You can just Alt F4 from the game at any time, come back, and all your progress is still there. I've never played an MMO that you have to save.
We still lack information. I'd like all of you to help investigate the situation. Pi, search the areas. Kun, go and search Lumina Cloth.
Understood.
Got it.
Haseo, search Makanu.
Fine with me.
You're tired. You should rest here for a little while.
She's not tired, she's freaking the fuck out.
Okay.
Also, how are you gonna just tell someone you're tired? Mitch, you don't know me?
What's happening to me?
I don't know what's with her looking at her shadows.
That's right. Sakaki. I have to contact him. I have to find him first.
I need to ask around Makanu. I should start by asking.
It's also strange that, like, she's speaking like she's frantic and paranoid. However, she's walking like she's really tired. So I feel like that's just the fault of the voice actress. Or rather the director, I guess, who's not telling her, hey, sound like you're tired. Sound like you are just very exhausted. Right, they're over here. I always walk the wrong way around with this. And I always press that button for some reason. Yeah, the whole point of this is just Haseo going around to the different districts and everyone being like, hey, we can't log out of the game. What the hell is going on? And well, as you said, we can't log out of the game. It's also strange that people are freaking out about not being able to log out of the world when the world's already had confirmed cases of people like playing the game and losing consciousness in real life. Like, I don't know how this game is still going on with a reputation like that. How they haven't, like, had lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. And how people are actually going back to the game. Imagine if this shit happened to something like Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, granted, even best case scenario, it couldn't because it's not VR. But still. Just the idea that if that happened to a game in real life, God forbid, and logic forbid, the developer would go under immediately. They'd be under federal investigation from every fucking operating, like any major country's operating systems. They would just be under investigation from the fucking world.
Is this some kind of event or someone's bad joke?
Can you tell me what's happening? You're some kind of admin guy, right?
I swear that woman's voice sounds familiar. She sounds like Black Rose from the original games, who was one of the main characters. She was like the female lead.
Please, calm down. We are working hard to...
How do you expect us to calm down?
I'm certain that's her voice, but I don't know the name of the voice actress.
What are you gonna do about this?
I'm terribly sorry. Please, just try to be patient for a while.
So, that guy in the blue suit is an admin. Looks like even CC Corp doesn't have a very good handle on the situation.
Let this be known. These admins, how the fuck do they expect them to know what's going on? You are suddenly stuck in the game. How the hell is the admin gonna know?
A short mail.
And also, don't just like completely harangue the guy about it. If he doesn't know, he doesn't know. He's probably stuck just like you. And he's asking, what the fuck is going on? Same as you. Don't harass the dude.
Hey, you! Why can't I log out of here? Come on, speak up, will ya? Damn it! Damn it! Where am I? What is this place? Why am I actually inside the game?
So it seems that humans who lack morals both online and offline say the very same things after all.
Which is a very strange statement to make.
Well, it seems that you only act strong when facing those weaker than you. Pitiful. If you're that scared, run back to Kestrel with your tail between your legs. As reported, it looks like those from Kestrel are stirring more panic in the people.
I understand what he's saying with that. However, that just genuinely sounded like dude was freaking out. And Sakaki's just, you know, profiling him because he's from Kestrel. He's one of those dirty Kestrel beast people, so he must be trying to stir up some trouble. What the fuck, man? Dude could just legitimately be having a panic attack, and you're like, yeah, it sounds like something a liar would say.
Everyone, go support the town's order. We must not let them panic.
And if they panic, just extreme prejudice. In multiple senses of the word.
Understood.
Atoli.
You can't tell, but I'm like shrugging my shoulders derisively at the comments as well.
I was so worried about you.
Yeah, it shows.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry, Sakaki.
What's wrong? I can't seem to hear you.
You see,
So he can't seem to hear her, and
Ever
then she
since you were
goes and
killed by a
explains
loved
about it.
monster, you've been unable to speak?
yes, I know it's kind of hard to believe.
Oh no, I believe it. You're not one to tell a lie.
I don't like the way he delivers that line. Kind of creepy.
I'm sure you know this, but all players
I
are
believe
currently
it.
unable to log
You're
out
not
from the
one
game.
to tell a lie.
In fact, they have lost sight of their very selves. It's almost as if their minds have been absorbed into the heart of the world itself.
Sure, whatever boats you float.
But it's just an online game.
That's right, a game.
Wasn't she giving
But at the
Haseo
same
shit
time,
about that
It's also
in
a
the first
reality on its
volume
own,
about him just
Atoli.
calling it just an online game?
At any rate, we must stop the players from panicking. You will help us, won't you?
Yes,
Good girl.
That's creepy
Well
line.
then.
Creepy line.
So Mr. Sakaki's the only one you can rely on after all, huh?
Haseo.
So it's you, Terror of Death.
Or terrible every day.
It appears there are only
Wait.
enemies to be found in your world.
Well, I mean, it's a PvE game, so
Atoli, why are you here?
mostly enemies, yeah.
I thought I told you to stay at the at-home.
You didn't. Yata did.
I'm sorry. I thought I should contact Sakaki and...
Listen to me. This isn't something Moontree can do anything about.
I see. Are you saying that you can solve this situation?
With a lot more certainty than you can.
Say what you will about his tone saying that, he's absolutely right. Like, what he's speaking there is 100% truth. Moontree can't do shit about this, but if anyone could get to the bottom of it, it's the Epitaph users. And yet it's supposed to paint him in like the light of an asshole. But it's like he's just talking facts.
What's so funny?
Conceit. Don't you agree that it is the lust for power that is most certain to make fools out of people? Terror of death.
No, it's the lack of schooling.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. Atoli.
Yes!
I will see you later.
Like half these
Why did you
moments,
say that?
because he was right.
Huh?
Why did you have to say things like that?
Because he was right.
Sakaki, Moontree, just wants to try and solve the situation.
Well, they can try all they want. It's not gonna do
They
it.
only want to help everyone.
Ida isn't a problem that Moontree can solve.
Again, he's absolutely correct.
But even so, I don't understand. I just don't understand you, Haseo.
Man spits facts and she gets testy. Accurate. People don't think it'd be like it be, but it do.
I see.
The situation is much more serious than we thought.
Sup?
Let us summarize for a moment. Ever
kind
since the Ida phenomenon occurred while searching for Atoli, no one has been able to log out of the game. Furthermore, none of the players have been able to return to their real-world selves and their real lives. And no new players have been able to log into the game.
No way
Communications with
in.
the outside
No
receive
way
no
out.
reply.
No way in. No way
Some of
out.
the players have panicked to the point where they're starting to get violent. It seems that the system admins can't contain these players any longer.
Yes, the system admins themselves are just as confused. Right now, their real selves are... At this point, we're no different than the Lost Ones.
It is quite obvious that the reason for this abnormality is Ida. If we ever want to return to the real world again, it is imperative that we investigate Ida as quickly as possible. And one more thing. Let me tell you something important.
Something important?
Now that her epitaph has been stolen, Atoli's PC data is starting to degenerate.
No one said anything about an epitaph being stolen either.
Degenerate? What is he talking about?
I'm sorry.
But why didn't you tell us?
That's enough. Isn't it obvious? She didn't want us to worry about her. Yada, in this world our minds aren't residing in our bodies, but in our player characters, right?
Oh.
That
There
is
we go.
merely speculation. But in this case, it would seem to be the most likely explanation for what we are experiencing.
So this is a world where our minds and characters are linked together.
So, what will happen if Atoli's character data is lost while she's in this world?
There is a distinct possibility that her own consciousness will be lost as well.
You die in the game, you die for real.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
What should we do? How can we cure her of this?
Is your head just for decoration? You should try thinking before you make a big fuss.
Okay, asshole. Question. Just a question. That seems overly aggressive for a response, doesn't it? Like, okay, how do we help her?
Master Yada,
He
do we
basically
know
just looks at me and
anything
says,
else?
"Shut up." What do you know?
This too is only a guess. But it seems that this place is not really the world as we thought.
It's just a continent.
It is a false world that Ida has created by copying the data off of CC Corp's servers. I believe that the world we are currently inside of is such a place.
So then, this is some kind of a mirror server.
That's one way to put it. Atoli, at one time you had the power to distinguish Ida's sound from all others.
Ida's sound?
Come to think of it, didn't you say something like that when we found Indiglut Lu?
Well, if you mean hearing strange sounds and seeing bug-like things, I've had that happen a number of times.
Distinguish Ida sound. Well, if you mean the strange sounds I've been hearing, sure.
Have you heard that sound after being placed in your present condition?
No, I haven't.
I thought so. It all makes sense. It would seem that the data Ida stole from her is...
You don't mean the young girl's Morgana factor?
Two things. One, they already said that she had her epitaph stolen. It feels like they should have said that she had her epitaph stolen after having that part of the conversation. Two, why do they keep calling her young girl? She's not fucking 12. Like they're acting like she's a little kid.
Morgana factor? What's that?
Master Yada.
It's all right to tell him all about it now.
Why wouldn't it be?
The Morgana factor is the specialized data that makes epitaph users unique.
Epitaph users are special characters created by CC Corp for use during certain projects. Thus, Epitaph user PCs have data inside them that is not found inside regular PCs.
That's the Morgana factor, usually called epitaphs.
So the reason that we can use avatars is because we have that Morgana factor? I mean epitaphs?
I mean, they're interchangeable, so you don't have to mean anything else.
That's right.
Hence, epitaph users.
Now you're getting it.
CC Corp
Now
wants
you're
to
cooking
mass
with
produce
Hazel.
Epitaph users.
You mean as a defense against Ida?
Yes, but thanks to strong protection protocols, we've been unable to adequately analyze them. We still don't know exactly what the Morgana factor is.
Thanks to that, not only can't we mass produce, we can't even make a copy of it.
So why not just bring the creator in on it? He should be able to take care of that without a problem.
As far as we know, the Morgana factor was not created by any one person.
Well then, how did you get a hold of him in the first place?
We managed to salvage it from the dark abyss of this world.
The abyss of this world?
Each of the Morgana factors has its own name and identity. In my case, the name of my avatar is Tarvos, the epitaph of the Avenger.
My avatar's name is Magus, the epitaph of the propagation.
As for Aseo, his avatar goes by the name of Skaith. He is the epitaph of the terror of death.
The terror of death.
Yep.
It's an odd coincidence that it's the same as your PKK nickname.
That's not coincidence, that's laziness.
Even with Magus's the propagation, we can't repair the Morgana factor.
Why not, is my question. they've said that they can't make, like, they can't copy the Morgana factor. But I'm assuming they mean, like, we can't replicate it. Why can't they just physically copy it? Why can't they just, like, copy the data? Duplicate, not replicate.
Thus, now that she has lost her epitaph user abilities, Atoli can no longer hear Ida's sound.
Maybe that's also part of the reason why Atoli lost her voice.
Or maybe she was just singing too loud at night.
Yada, what can we
Too
do
much
to help her?
karaoke.
There are no alternatives but to try to recover her Morgana factor from Ida. However,
What?
it will be difficult to trace Ida precisely, now that we are no longer on the actual CC Corp server. Fortunately for us, this Ida server is far from being perfect. This world contains seams in the structure. The fact that we can save our data is proof of that.
Again, the idea that you shouldn't have to save your data in MMO. Also, I have to point out that this should be a big breakthrough for them once they get out of the IDA server. And if I remember correctly, it's not. But here's why it should be. The world is a very large-scale MMO. It's the most popular on the planet, basically. In this fiction, it is the most popular MMO on the planet. To the point where it's got dedicated forums out the ass for it. Like they've got them built into the OS. Is a forum for the world. So you got to figure this game has some very large servers to handle different instances, different branches of the server that players play on, as well as recording character data, quest data, etc., and so forth. If they're such large servers, that means there's got to be an equally large server, at least a nearly as large server, making this copy for the IDA server. Trace the server, find the bastards. There you go. You figure out who's got the big ass server, you got no problem anymore.
That means...
Yes.
But I
all
don't
we have
believe
to
they
do
ever
is
do
find
that.
them. It seems to me that at this point, our only acceptable option...
Infiltrate? You mean with just us? There's no way we could possibly cover all the IDA areas between just the few of us.
This is an emergency. We will reach out and ask other players for help.
That's pretty impressive coming from someone as secretive as you.
Haseo, I believe you had a relationship with those at Moontree.
Yeah,
You
relationship's
should
the word
go
for
and
it.
ask them for help.
Moontree? Do you think there's a chance that they would really listen to me?
If you do, then man, you should not be the leader.
Moontree would never abandon someone in trouble.
It's not a question of abandoning, it's a question of, helping an asshole. Or at least a supposed asshole. I'm really just spitting facts.
That's what Sakaki always said. That Moontree is there to help save people.
Yeah, he was also saying some pretty creepy shit to you, so I wouldn't take that to the bank.
I will go and contact Zelkova myself.
But he's like the one that likes me.
Pi, I want you to go with Haseo and help with his negotiations.
Yes, Master Yada.
Oh, great idea. Send me in with her. Couldn't pick a better. Yeah.
Atoli, you will stay here.
I don't agree with that decision. He's gonna explain his decision
If
here.
news of that arm were to spread beyond this group, it would only make things worse.
He's correct. However, to best convince Moontree that we're on their side, wouldn't it be the best idea to have a pre-existing Moontree guild member in good standing there with us, preaching that we should help? That seems like the best bargaining chip to me.
Okay.
Off to Moontree headquarters. Don't forget, the area words are Delta setting Eternity's Night Moon.
I'm sure you'll remind me 4 times before I get to the Chaos
I'll be
Gate.
back.
with
Okay,
weapons.
I'll be waiting at the Chaos Gate.
The way he said it, though, he sounded like he was going off to war. This is just a very talk-heavy episode between the characters, I believe. It's gonna be a lot of sitting back and just taking in the story. Of course, I'm not gonna let all the story pass because, you know.
I'm sure you realize this, but we didn't come here to fight.
Damn, there goes my plans for the day.
Yeah.
I'll handle the negotiations, so just act appropriately and try to get on their good side. Besides, it seems that for whatever reason, Zelkova has taken a liking to you.
Well, I mean, we did save his ass, and I did save your ass, so I'm clearly the more badass of the two. So, you know, pretty good reason in my book. You want to befriend a badass. Much fuller roster this time.
I bid you welcome.
Haseo, welcome!
Pie's here too. You ain't gotta just welcome me.
Have you had the chance to read the email from our guildmaster? His name is Master Yada.
Oh, his name is Yada. You call him Master
Sure
Yada.
did, every word. Good. Then I would like to discuss the investigation of this system abnormality.
You're beating around the bush. Why not try telling us directly what it is you want?
I thought we were
don't know
getting
what you
to that.
mean.
Perhaps this will clarify things. I'm saying that perhaps you should consider bowing down and gracefully begging us to help you with your desire to escape from the Ida server. Members of GU.
There was no way he should have known that. None. Atoli
You,
sure as hell
Raven,
didn't tell him.
that is GU members, are conducting an investigation of Ida, are you not?
Some secret.
Mr. Sakaki, I'm quite surprised by... I was not aware that anything like that was going on.
I'm sorry.
Imagine being called Mr. and then your
I
username.
felt I should keep it to myself until I was able to confirm
Seems
it,
like a
as
weird
it
way
was
to address
uncertain
someone.
information. However, it would appear that it was not far off the mark.
Now, this is no time to be fighting each other. Although our positions may be quite different, our intentions are the same. Am I wrong?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
There is no falsehood in my devotion to Moontree.
All right, let's cooperate with Haseo and his friends. After all, we do have to escape from here eventually.
Eventually.
Good. Then we shall
At some
follow
point, we
your
should probably get out of
directions.
here.
Naturally, we have no intention of making GU public. Rest assured.
Naturally.
Thank you. So, what exactly is it that you would like us to do? Currently, the place in which we are all trapped is not within a CC Corp server. You must try to think of it as if someone sent us all to a mirror server and then isolated it.
So then, that would be the IDA server.
I don't know why this requires such in-depth
Our
explanation.
objective is to find the many seams which exist inside this IDA server.
Seems?
Yes. We would like you to help us find phenomena that would normally be impossible to find in the world.
A data irregularity. In other words, you'd like us to find a bug.
They really
That's
should have
right.
led with that.
Very well. We'll take our units, split up, and search the
Like,
different
we
areas.
want you to find a bug.
All right, I've got to do my best for Master Sakaki. Don't go out of your way just to get Master Sakaki's attention. Do you people get that?
That's unnerving.
Whoa, whoa! Getting a little scary there, pansies. Well, Sakaki has decided to cooperate with you. No need to worry about a thing. I'll help you out.
Thanks for the assist, Motsim.
I may as well do some work myself.
Everyone, don't
That old
forget
man
to
is a mood,
report in
though.
regularly, all right? Now, let's be off.
Very well, if you'll excuse us.
All right. See you later, Haseo. Bye!
He's a good kid.
But how does
Yeah.
he know about Ida and GU?
Internet?
Hey, at least we didn't have to spend a lot of time explaining.
That's true.
Honestly, do you realize the significance of this?
Not really.
Orders from Master Yada. Although it's not certain, an area with faint Ida signals has been found. We'll meet up with Kuhn and conduct a thorough investigation of Delta Galloping Settled Desert.
Thorough. And now we get to the fighty bits.
They're here.
Hmm? Who are you?
We're searching for the criminals who have been spreading viruses all over this world.
Good for you.
If we PK everyone, we should be able to find the culprits sooner or later, right?
Your method's kind of like burning down the house to kill the spider. But I follow.
And once we do, we can finally return to our own world and be done with this place. Tough break, guys.
Are you serious? So you're PKing because you couldn't handle the anxiety?
That's a mood.
What was that? That's it. No mistake here. These guys are definitely the culprits. Get them!
You can
Bring
certainly
it
try.
on! Forward shot! Forward shot! Forward shot! Tiger Blitz! Justice prevails!
Those guys just now were PKers from Kestrel, right?
Well, that's what the name tag said.
Yeah, this is bad. It seems like everyone's starting to panic and go crazy in the different areas.
Then we'd better hurry and find a solution before things get much worse.
I keep thinking like that's a run button. Because I've been playing too much Persona 5. I know I need some. whole bunch of them.
Are you nuts?
Perhaps there's a connection.
Real quick. No. I don't think I can. Damn. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Turn that down a little. Turn that down a little. And that way it's not so loud in my ears.
You're not getting away.
It's a little annoying that you can't change the audio options from a pause menu. Will say. Game kind of shows its age in a bad way with that.
Thunder sparks! Justice prevails!
Let's probably go through and just murk a couple of these dudes. Turn this down a little more.
Don't panic.
So while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna go ahead and discuss a little thing. Dungeons and Empires. I mentioned it to my players, and I'm gonna mention here. Next week we're gonna do Dungeons and Empires, which will. I still want to do it next Monday. However, I think we're gonna be doing it without Ryan, seeing as he is just not available on that Monday.
Of course we won.
I would, if it was possible, I would push it back, but he's actually not available next Monday either. It's really just gonna be do a session without him, or just like skip a session. So we're just gonna go ahead and do one without him. I also plan, if I can manage to not completely eat shit in this fight. I'm also planning, I believe, next week.
I didn't even break a sweat.
I might just end up doing next week another Borderlands stream with Havoc. So if any of you are going to be on the lookout for that, by all means, we're trying to get together and do another one. Because I know right now with him across the pond in Germany, and, you know, my weird schedule, it's a little hard for us to really collaborate and find a point that really works. I think they can still respawn, Minnie. I think that might be the point of the save shops, but they haven't specifically said that if they died, they're dead. And I think the only reason that Atoli's in as much danger as she is because the epitaph data is such an integral part of her character data. And that if she doesn't get that return, her entire character is starting to sort of break down.
No doubt about it.
It wasn't really explained, but that's like
Here's our chance.
that's an approximation of what's going on with it. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning for like future streams is Dungeons and Empires with 2 of the characters next Monday. Possibly either that Sunday, or if not that Sunday, then either we'll do it next Monday and Dungeons and Empires the Monday after for Borderlands. Because I actually can't quite recall how far Havoc and I are from actually the end of the game. I don't think we're close at all. but still. I would very much like for the two of us to power through the last of Borderlands 1 so we can actually get into the meat and potatoes of it, because frankly, Borderlands 2 is where it starts hitting a stride. And I actually have yet to complete the pre-sequel, so that one's going to be interesting if and when we ever get around to it. Cheers.
I didn't even break a sweat.
I think we're just gonna power our way through this area. If I feel a little underpowered
I'll crush you.
after the stream, I'll just grind some levels in between things. And as I did say on Twitter, which, hey, if you're not already, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at KXDJFood, because that's where you can hear anything going on with the streams, whether it's, you know, a stream being moved, a stream being canceled, or a stream being a different game, or what have you. It's all going to be posted there.
You're open.
And of course, you can also check out the Unknown Empire community Discord, because not only I, but the other Imperials tend to post when we get a new video out, or when we get a live stream going. Both those are very good ideas. Hey, you can do both of them, by all means. Yeah, what was I saying? I was saying that, as I stated before, we are going to be doing more work on Season 3. Season 3 work is still underway. Absolutely so. It's a bit slow going with what we got at the moment, but we are hammering out the progress. Well, I can see Ida over there. Yes, for those of you who've been wondering where the Unknown Empire content is, well, that's where it is. Because right now in Season 2, everything is kind of, I don't want to say boring. Quiet. There's not far too much to be done in Season 2 as it is. Like, there are still little projects that I could absolutely do, but I'm also trying to funnel most of my creative energy into getting Season 3 up and going, because that is something that we have been working on for the better part of the last 6 months. No, I'm sorry, 8 months. Better part of the last 8 months. We've been trying to get it going.
You're not getting away.
And hopefully it won't be taking as long as it's been. Hopefully progress starts to move a little more quickly. Hopefully I start to stop sucking at this fight. Start to get good, maybe. We've actually been considering, and by we I mean mainly Aaron, Data, and I, have been considering for a little while doing a stream on the build server that we're doing the Season 3 stuff with. It's just, yeah. Oh, there's Ada. Gotta fight it. Yeah, we've been considering for a while doing a stream on the actual build server. So I'm interested to hear what any of you would like to see about that. Like, would you like to see a stream on the build server to see how things are going? See the kind of BS that the lads get up to? So hey, let me know. And if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, and by all means, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching live, hey, just let me know in the chat. It's very much a thing we have talked about. We're not quite sure how it would work. Now, I just wasn't paying attention at all there. Yeah, we're not quite sure how it would work entirely, or how well it would work even. But it's an idea that we've toyed with. It'd be interesting, at the very least. And now we gotta go to the
You're not getting away.
Beast Temple. Go meet up with one of the Moon Tree dudes. I keep skipping things, not realizing, hey, I'm the only one who knows it.
Tiger Blitz!
Electro bullet!
Tiger Blitz!
Of course we won. Your guard's down.
Tiger Blitz! I didn't even break a sweat.
I'm not really gonna fight everyone. I did the last time, and I could actually fill all the dead space. But right now, I just don't have too much to talk about. I'm just gonna get myself through it. That's what this time it happens from time to time. Oh.
Yes.
What's this about?
I'm afraid I have no idea. I just arrived here myself, but you can hear voices coming from inside.
I mean, someone must be in there.
I think we should go find out who's inside the temple.
Why didn't he go find out? Like, oh no, someone's inside the temple. Better wait for everyone else to arrive, because the plot demands.
Gabi. But why would Kestrel's guildmaster be...
Ovan!
Why would Kestrel's guildmaster be Ovan?
Oh, it's you!
Ovan, why are you here?
I wonder.
I didn't ask you.
I suppose you could say I was just talking with an old friend.
Ovan and I once pledged eternal brotherhood to each other.
Like I care.
Well, you did ask.
Answer me, Ovan. What are you doing here?
You just said, talking to an old
The
friend.
same thing you are.
What?
I'm searching for a way to escape from the IDA server. After all, I don't plan on being here forever. Is that not your ultimate objective as well? As members of GU?
But how?
Ovan just fucking knows everything.
I want to
Don't
know
even
how you
question
know
it.
about GU. Who told you? What is it that you want?
Please, calm down, Master Haseo.
I assure you that our objective, and his, is to investigate the IDA server and to use that information to escape.
How do you know what his objective is?
In other words, we are all comrades in arms, and there's no reason for us to fight amongst ourselves.
Investigator? Honestly, Yada is just wasting our time.
What do you mean?
He already knows the means by which we could escape.
What are you saying?
Am I wrong, Pi?
A loud silence.
If this server was based off of an original CC Corp server, there should be an operation folder somewhere.
Operation folder?
A file that unifies and manages
Well, is it
the
a folder or
entire
a
system
file?
that makes up the world. If one could control it, one could then make it possible to send character data to a regular server. Yada is the longtime leader of Project GU. Naturally, he would know everything about the world.
Naturally.
There is no way that he would not be aware of the operation folder.
Hi! Is that true? Did Yada really know about all this?
That's...
Tell us the truth, Pi. Did that ass really know about the existence of the operation folder and not tell us?
We didn't have any proof. That's why Master Yada...
They're concentrating on the fact
Can we
that
afford to
Yada
take time to look for something
didn't
like
say
that?
anything. But it's also the fact that Pi didn't say
We
anything.
don't know the dangers.
Is there any place in this entire world without danger? Now, why would Yada not tell you about the folder? Perhaps it's because he never had any desire at all to escape. Everything felt by the players trapped in this game: fear, sorrow, anger, confusion. This server is filled with such intense feelings. Now, what better place could there be to observe Ida's caustic effects on players and their characters? Yes, that's right. This is his ideal laboratory.
So we're all just his guinea pigs? Neither you nor Yada ever had any intention of saving Atoli, did you?
Haseo, listen.
Shut up! What kind of lie are you gonna tell me now? Using people like they were nothing. Telling them whatever they want to hear. Do you want to know what I think about that?
Haseo!
Don't stop me, Coon!
Stop
Having
it.
a good
There'll be
time,
no hope
having
for
a
Atoli
good
if
time.
we fight each other here. Nevertheless, I agree with you, Haseo.
Coon.
We're going back to the Serpent of Lore to confirm this with Yada. We'll talk after that.
Ovan. So, you know Yada too?
Yes, he's an old friend.
Give him my best regards.
We will meet again, Haseo.
This is ridiculous. Everyone's always hiding something from me.
I'll continue with the investigation then.
Please do.
He has no
All right,
idea what's going
let's
on.
go.
It's like, all right, well, I'm going to the grocery market. I'm honestly surprised that a message didn't pop up saying, I need to go to the Serpent of Lore and confront Yada. Seems like the running theme, doesn't it? No, not Nard, Raven.
All right, so let's hear it. The truth. Why didn't you tell us about the operation folder?
I was only keeping quiet until I was able to obtain proof. It would not have been right to confuse you all with a mere unsubstantiated theory.
That's a nice way of putting it.
We will now proceed to infiltrate the operation folder and conduct a forced transfer command.
How?
We will use Tri-Edge's signs. These signs possess traits that allow them to be used as transportation devices. In other words, chaos gates that were made by Ida. There are holes in CC Corp's server, and consequently, holes in Ida's server as well.
Master Yada was putting together a transfer program designed to make reverse use of those holes.
No telling
How's he
how much
putting
of that
together
is
a
true.
program in the game, though?
The only hole we've identified that connects to the operation folder can be found at Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark on the Morrigu Barrow Wall. Haseo, Pai, and Kun, you will infiltrate the operation folder using Tri-Edge's sign to gain access. You will then execute the transfer command from the same folder. I have already given Pai instructions on how to configure and execute the program. Head for Morrigu Barrow Wall and investigate the sign.
Understood.
Fine.
If I remember right.
Come on. Let's.
Oh God. More of the repetition. If I remember right, sign travel is basically what gate hacking became from the first couple games. Okay, they're already in my party. Nice. Whereas gate hacking was usually when you had to data drain bugged enemies, get I can't remember what they were called. I think they were just called like data seeds. And you'd have to have like certain ones
We're gonna go
to get
hack
through.
the sign and infiltrate the operation folder.
Ha. Hack the sign. It's funny.
Target Tri-Edge's sign.
Those who don't realize why that's funny, you need only look at the start of the Dot Hack franchise,
Jeez, what good is
which was Dot Hack
I've
Sign.
just received information from Master Yada about a new Ida If we can just keep data draining the Ida in this area, we should...
Yeah, I think it was just data seeds then too. I'm pretty sure it was data seeds then too. That you just needed like certain ones to get into certain areas.
Okay, tough guys,
Okay.
bring it on!
I was hoping I could just like blow past everything. But that's fine too.
Tiger Blitz! This is a piece of cake.
see if we can get through this while avoiding as much contact as we can. We got very low on chim seeds as well. Or chim spheres. They're not seeds, they're spheres. I gotta get more. We're gonna have to fight these things. That was pretty easy, actually. Oh boy, she's already in the perfect spot where all I gotta do is press the button. I do still wish that this series had some sort of like more recent install rather than just last Recode. I actually feel like last Recode should be used as a springboard. Just like, oh, a lot of people liked this game and liked this series of games and wanted to rebuy it for the PC and all these things. We should make a new one. I seriously hope so. I would very much like to play a new Dot Hack game. As a matter of fact, the only reason I picked up last Recode is because I'd played the first games. I'd never played GU on PS2. But I'd played the first few games and I was like, I've adored Dot Hack. GU is actually not bad. It's pretty faithful to the Dot Hack stuff. There's a couple things that it gets a little strange, but it's pretty good stuff. Let's do one more here. There we go. Enough to where you ain't gotta refill for a while. I hope this is the way to Ida. Feels like it should be the way to Ida. Oh, it sure isn't. I'm gonna grab these gubbins though. Also, nope, nothing of the sort. I do remember back in the Dot Hack 0 games, there was an item that made you run faster outside of combat, and it was very useful. Just backtracking through the dungeons, it was a pain in the ass. Especially considering you didn't just teleport up to the top for quite a few of them. Avoiding as much contact as we can. Okay, that's a dead end. Damn, taking every way but the right way. Yes, I know I could use a fairy's orb to just know where the end is. But
damn, this is bad.
I went the complete wrong way, didn't I?
I didn't even break a sweat. Doesn't look good.
At least things are pretty easy to beat with a broadsword.
a sweat.
It's this room, isn't it? Nope. It's the next room, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be the next room. Yep. I see it. Poking out around the corner. Think it's slick.
Ida
That shouldn't have hit me. Shouldn't have hit me. Well, why'd it hit me the second time when it couldn't hit me the first time?
don't let your guard down. There's still other Ida signals.
I don't remember how many I'm supposed to get in total in this area, whether it's two. I think it's 3. Probably rule of 3, and then second verse, same as first. Just gonna try and avoid where we can. Wait, we can avoid here? No. Okay. Alright, well, fuck you too.
Of course he won.
Maneuver around all these things.
What?
Oh, come on. I was almost there.
No doubt about it.
No idea where that goes. More useful. Long path is promising. Never mind.
Okay, tough
Yeah,
guys, bring it on!
I knew there wouldn't be enough space.
Tiger Blitz!
Ida, yeah.
Ida confirmed.
I believe it's this one and one more. Or this might be the last one. I'm not sure. Can't quite recall. That's efficiency right there. One more?
Good.
Okay, we got them all. Cool. Now I believe we can find the next downward staircase, which should be over here, I believe. And then just nope out. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I probably got an item for it. Man, those chimp spheres did not last nearly as long as I thought they would. Hey! Glad I didn't use the item. I get gubbins now. Now we head to the operations folder.
So, this is the operation folder?
Not yet. We're still in the connecting hall.
So what should we do?
We'll have to get into the system's upper layer.
Wait, something's coming!
Looks like one of Ida's guards to me.
There! Perfect. I'll tear it to pieces.
And this one, little bit different. They all kind of remind me of, like, tadpoles for some reason. another data seed. Ida 012.
What is this?
Another thing. O-Von 01.
Von 01. Ovan?
There may be other gatekeepers showing up soon. Hurry!
Ah, yes. The Master Ball. Ever watching, ever vigilant.
So this is the operation folder.
So it would seem.
I also like how every quote-unquote admin area of the world kind of looks like it belongs in Nier Automata.
Please enter your certification ID. Identification confirmed. Access granted. Please enter your command.
Display the current server status.
Acknowledged.
God damn, that's a lot of status.
Execute a program using all of the above parameters.
Confirmed. Please load the program now. Loading. Executing transfer command. Commencing countdown. 50. 49. 48.
Standing like you can't be serious.
Cut processes 239 to 361.
45,
Hurry up and execute.
44. 43. 42. Acknowledged. Processing. Executing transfer command.
Yeah, those extra processes, they were just players. Fine.
What the? Look, it's spreading!
What is that?
Hey!
What's going to happen?
Magic circle!
Hey, what's going on?
Is it the end of the world?
Run! Yet I'm the only one that isn't being teleported.
What is this place? Ida. Damn, of all the times. Damn, I can't move. Because of these. Damn it!
Enter Deus Ex Machina. Familiar face from the old games, just like Kite. Balmung of the Azure Sky. Another familiar face. Orca of the Azure Sea.
Huh? They took out Ida? the world are they? There's still something inside. What is that? It's a coffin. Tri-Edge?
So
I know
there's
we've returned to the real world, but
there's a meaning to that. In the first iteration of the world, quote unquote, really in the first games, or actually before the first games, there was a big event on the world. It was the Descendant of Sin. Very, very large boss fight, like a boss rush event. And whoever won would get like some legendary prize. 2 players won, and they were named the Descendants of Fianna for their accomplishments. They were named Balmung of the Azure Sky and Orca of the Azure Sea. Since Balmung got the killing blow on Sin, he was awarded with a unique player, like a unique accessory, sure, which he decided as wings on his character. And because Kite was the protagonist of the last of stuff and did all this stuff, he was falsely mistaken to be a descendant of Fianna as well, and named Kite of the Azure Flame. Which is why, spoiler alert, at the end of the game, which they usually do, they add like a bunch of different characters that may or may not have been around during the process of the game, just like little Easter eggs and such. They add those three as companions that you can take along with you. And they are named, of course, Azure Balmung, Azure Orca, and Azure Kite.
everything that happened on the Ida server somehow took place in only a few minutes of real time. The one who appeared inside the operation folder was Tri-Edge. There were 2 others besides Tri-Edge there. I'd like to know who on earth they were. They were attacking Ida. Does that mean that Tri-Edge isn't Ida? And also, Atoli.
Back to checking email. Campaign end. Okay, all those ended. Upgrades. Changes to dual swords. Changes to broadswords. New stats effects. Paralysis, seal, and slow. And Crimson Versus is now open. Got conversion bonuses. And a message from Atoli. I'm very relieved to have made it back to the real world. Sakaki and Zelkova made it back safe as well. That was truly an unbelievable experience, wasn't it? I still can't quite believe that our minds were trapped inside of a game. So, about my symptoms. I can talk in real life now, but I can't feel anything in the tip of my hand. In the exact same spot where my character was cracked. I'm a little scared. When I went to the hospital, the doctor told me that my symptoms resembled those of Dahl syndrome, but he couldn't tell me what could have caused them. I thought I'd be fine once I got back to the real world. What should I do, Haseo? You have a little time to talk? If you do, please meet me at the front of the fountain in the Alchemy District. Atoli.
Her hand is paralyzed, so the real Atoli is...
No, not paralyzed. Numb.
There's no way a doctor can help her. The problem's got to be Ida.
Oh yeah, there's no way a doctor with years of medical knowledge can help her. Oh, I didn't mean to click again. I think that's about all the dot hack I got in me for tonight. At the very least, it's a good thing that the stream held out this time and we don't have to do it a third time. So, thank you everyone for joining into the stream. I hope you've all had a lovely time. Thank you to Minnie for being in the chat. We will be doing some more dot hack in the somewhat near future, I'd suppose. Probably do it. I'm thinking what might be is might just try and do Borderlands next week and Dungeons and Empires the week after. And we might have like a double take of Dungeons and Empires. Might be the week after next and the week after that one. So I will see what can be done about all the scheduling. Again, you can follow my Twitter at KXDJFoo. Give you all updates on what's going to be streamed and when. If I've got to cancel, if I've got to move a stream around, that's going to be where it's going. And of course, you can join the Unknown Empire community Discord, which will be in... It's always in both the starting and the ending cards. It's got the little link there. Or, no, actually, no. The links in the ending cards lead to YouTube, Twitter, Steam. If you look on Twitch, should be right down there in the cards below. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, by all means, stop by the Twitch, say hi sometimes. And the link to the Unknown Empire community server will be in the description. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.